Hi, this is Raj from ML Sportscars. In this video I've got an absolutely stunning Porsche 981 Boxster S, finished in absolutely glorious Agate Grey Metallic, which is an extremely popular colour for this era of Porsche, particularly Boxsters, Caymans and 911s, because it looks absolutely stunning in the light with the sun on it. It's got a lot of metallic silvers in it, a little bit of gold in there as well. There's obviously the greys as well, so it looks absolutely so striking. Really highlights all of the different lines in the paintwork. This is a June 2012 car. As I said, it's an S model. All Boxsters are mid-engine rear-wheel drive. This is the 3.4 flat six. This is the last era with a naturally aspirated flat six, 3.4 litre with 315 horsepower, and it will do 60 in around 4.5 seconds, so a very quick car, and onto a top speed of in the mid 170s, so incredibly fast. Great with the roof down or the roof up. It's got a black fabric roof with a glass rear screen, and that can be operated at speed up to sort of like mid 30 miles an hour, up or down. There is the optional wind deflector as well, which is in the front boot, and I'll show you that in a bit. It's got the very special extended black leather, so most of these cars were equipped with just either full or half leather seats, and then a plastic dash, plastic door cards, and all you got was this bit in leather, the PDK or gear changer in leather, the leather steering wheel, but then these were typically all plastic except for the armrest. This car was spec'd with a very expensive extended leather package, so it brings it up to the same standard as a 911 of the era. So 991 Porsche 911s all came with extended leather in the UK as standard. The Boxsters and Caymans you had to pay, I think, somewhere between £2,000 and £3,000 to have that same contrast stitching, leather dash, upper and lower, all the center console, all of the doors. You can see all the lovely stitching there and here. Just really elevates the quality of the interior. Going back to the engine, so this is sort of like the golden era of Porsche Boxsters, because these engines are basically as reliable as you can get. They don't suffer any of the issues of earlier cars, so that's 2008 and older, which is bore scoring, RMS bearing failures or RMS oil seal leaks, and it doesn't suffer any of the, well, sound issues that the later cars have. So the 718s sounds, to me, they don't sound like Porsches because they've got a flat 4 Boxer, just like this is a flat 6, but they have a single turbocharger, which I think wrecks the sound of these cars. When you start them up, they just sound very industrial compared to these glorious flat 6s, and I will start it so you can hear exactly how good it sounds. On the outside, it's got the twin exhausts. That's standard in the stainless steel, and that's standard on the 3.4 litre S models. It's got the LED rear tail lights, and they are in red. Then it's got the optional, I think really striking Carrera S Mark III wheels, and they're finished in an absolute, it's called brilliant silver. Really beautiful colour, because it really sort of looks, it's a great contrast to the paintwork. And then it has the guards red calipers with the Porsche lettering on them. That comes as standard on the S model, so it's got the larger brake setup of the S, because it is an S. It has the larger brakes as well, vented and drilled, and they're in great condition. Lots of life left in those. I'll show you the rears as well. The tyres are matching Pirelli P0s, and they're N1 rated, and they're relatively recent as well. Lots of tread left in those. Hopefully you can see that. There's lots of tread in that. And the rears are matching, so they're Porsche rated Pirelli P0. Where is it? N1. And they've also got lots of life left as well at the rear, all matching. And there's the discs as well. Absolutely lots of life left in the discs and pads. And you can see all of the underside is absolutely sparkling as well, which is amazing for a June 2012 car. This is over 10 years old now, and it still looks absolutely stunning. At the front, it has the the Bi-Xenon headlights, which are standard on the Boxster S model, so exceptionally bright headlights. They're also known as gas discharge bulbs, I guess, but yeah, they're the Bi-Xenon setup, so they're self-leveling, and they should be maintenance free, and they just make it very safe to drive at night. And as you can see, the paintwork is in absolutely fabulous condition. There's no stone chips. This is quite a low mileage car for a 2012, so it has covered just 30,849 miles. And also the other great feature of this car, we've been getting a few of these now, is that it's only one previous owner. So the owner that I bought this off of owned it from 9 months old. He bought it from Porsche, and he's had it serviced at Porsche every all on schedule, every 2 years. He's even had it MOT'd at Porsche as well. So I've got all the invoices basically from new of this car. And it's just had a service at 30,844 miles, and that was a minor service because that was the one that was due, and that included a brake fluid change and also the drive belt, because the drive belt was due at a 6 year. Every 6 years you replace the drive belt. The last service, the spark plugs were done from memory, but I will look that up in a second. As I said, it's got that amazing extended leather. It's also got the BOSE system, which is the 10 speaker surround sound, 445 watt with separate amplifier system, and that's a really great system because on Boxsters it also has rear speakers. So on the Sound Package Plus it sounds great, but it doesn't have rear speakers, so that's a big difference between BOSE and Sound Package Plus on these cars, is those rear speakers. Seats are in absolutely amazing condition as well. You can see that side bolster is not worn at all, it's not scuffed, it's not ripped, none of the interior plastics are. It's got its original Porsche mats as well, and auto lights. They all come with auto lights, but it's nice to know that it has the optional cruise control system as well. And with it's a 7-speed PDK, so that means it's got a semi-automatic gearbox, which means it could be running full manual, full auto, a combination of the two. You can at any point on the leather sports steering wheel, you can start using the paddles to change gear, even in auto mode, or you can slide it across into manual mode and then use the stick, pull it back to go down a gear, push it away from you towards that sat nav screen to go up a gear. And I'll just show you this screen here. You can change what you view. It's got the silver instrument dial there, so the rev counter in the middle, digital speedo there, and then an analog speedo on that side, as well as showing you the mileage there. This screen you can change what you view, so you can scroll through. You can have this has got the optional Bluetooth phone module, so you've got your phone signal there. It's also got the optional sat nav, so you can have the map there as well. And it's got you can have vital statistics, you can change what you view there, but also on this screen you can check the oil level, which it won't let me now because the car's cold, but it tells you when's the servicing is due. So the next major service is due May 2025, and at the same time you need to do an oil change as well, and the interim. All of that, the next service is in 2 years time, 20,000 miles. Let me start it up. Sounds absolutely amazing, in my opinion. I think they just sound typical Porsche. It's instantly recognisable as a Porsche. It does have a vehicle tracker as well, so it's got the 2 tracker fobs there. If you want to subscribe to that, you can with Vodafone Tracker. And as I said, it has the optional sat nav and the Bluetooth module as well, so you can play stuff wirelessly from your phone. So you get really good sound quality. You can have all the digital stations on your phone and play them through that. You've got your phone book there as well. You can even have a compass. It also has a front and rear parking sensors. My number plates are over the top of the existing number plates, so it's coming up on the sensor there. But you see, when you reverse or go forwards, it will show you like when something's getting really close. Green initially, then amber, then red if it's like literally right next to the car. There we go, there's the compass and everything that I was talking about just now. Has the full climate control system, which again is optional, so it's got the 2 separate temperatures for either side of the cabin. and you can set it on full auto, or you can override it as you wish. It has the optional heated seats, which is a 3-stage system, and it has the sport button. You can turn the traction control off. This is to operate the hood. You've got the spoiler, you can put the spoiler up, or it can let it do it automatically, and then you've got start stop as well, which you can deactivate as well. So in sport mode, it basically makes the gear change more aggressive. It holds gears for longer on going up, so that you really use the rev range. The shift speed is also decreased. The steering is also slightly heavier, and also the throttle pedal is a bit more sensitive to your movement as well. So a really nice feature that. So you can run it in normal or the sport mode there. It has 2 cup holders here, which expand out as well for larger cups, and they fold back in there. Then it has a universal audio interface, so you can connect your phone via USB. You can have a wired 3.5mm audio jack, or you can use that 12-volt supply there. There's also a 12-volt supply down here, just there, and there's also a 12-volt supply in the centre cubby as well. So lots of options for power in this car. And yeah, let me show you the I'll show you the front and rear boot. Just love driving these cars, because with the roof down they just sound absolutely sensational. So there's the rear boot, lots of space in there, and then the added benefit is it has a front boot as well. And every part of this car is just stunning condition, because it's very low mileage for the age. These cars are so drivable that most people do put miles on them, and most of them typically have between 50 and 70,000 miles now. So to have one with 30,000 miles and one previous owner is very unusual, I'd say. So there's the original VIN stickers there. There's the front boot as well. That goes all the way to the floor, so you can have 2 stand-up cases in there, or 1 big case. There are actually cases you can buy that fit that exactly. You've got tyre gel in that side. All the tools are stowed on the sides. Warning triangle. There's the wind deflector in there, which you clip on in between the rollover bars. And then you've got the locking wheel bolt. You've got the a tool to, in an emergency, put the hood up if it stops working, which it shouldn't do. Towing eye, and then you've got a set of tools in that plastic case there, which have a spanner, a reversible screwdriver, and a headlight adjustment tool. In here, you've got the brake fluid reservoir just there. You've got the Porsche tyre compressor, so you can top up the tyres anywhere. And then you've got the original Porsche battery as well, because this car has always been looked after by Porsches, and so it's always had Porsche parts fitted to it. Just going to rev it now so you can really hear that engine, because I think it just sounds beautiful. Well, let me turn it off and I'll show you the hood. The hood can also be operated with the key. So you basically, in the UK anyway, we were able to have the remote operating hood. I don't think in the US they had this option for safety reasons, but anyway. So to close it, you basically hold down the lock button. It will lock the car, but if you keep on holding it, it will put the hood up as well. So you can do this outside the pub. You can do this when you turn up at your friends and impress them. And if you hold it down, it will put the windows up as well. So it'll fully secure the car without having to sort of get back in and close it all. As I said, it has that glass rear screen. The fabric hood is actually made out of mohair, so it's very durable. It's actually double layered as well, so when you're in the car, you don't get very much buffeting at all. It actually isn't far off being the same sound levels as the coupe, the Cayman, with that roof up. So it's great to use all through winter as well. It's not just a summer car. And then if I put the roof down, which you do by holding down the unlock button, so there it is going down. Oh yeah. So there we go. There's the roof all the way down. It takes a matter of seconds. And that's the beauty of having a fabric roof. It's nice and lightweight. Some people like the metal roofs on things like the Mercedes SLKs and BMWs, but Porsche specifically wanted fabric roofs. Even on the 911s, they didn't want the metal folding roof because of the dynamic ability. So having a fabric roof means that the center of gravity of the car is much lower than a car with a metal folding roof, so it still handles exceptionally through the corners, roof up, roof down. There's not that complication of having that extra weight in the car to then offset with extra power, even bigger brakes than there are now, bigger wheels and tires. This is the perfect balance that Porsche have derived with their engineering and their formulas to work out what is the most optimal driving experience, both for practicality, reliability, performance, and obviously styling. And I just love these. These are my pick. This is my pick of the range in all honesty. The Porsche Boxster S's, 981s. I think they just represent everything great about this era of Porsche, which is all of those things I mentioned about being the best at everything. There may be other brands of cars that maybe pip it at one particular thing like performance, or maybe the metal folding roof is something you really like, but basically Porsche sort of ticks the boxes across all of the different aspects of car ownership, and they also, I think they look great. People know what they are straight away. So let me go through the files now. We compile a file for all of our cars, and I'll just talk you through this one. So let me just go through. So it's one previous owner, as I said. There's all the options. This can be viewed as a PDF on the website. So you go to the advert, and if you're on a desktop, it's on the right hand side. If you're on your mobile, you scroll all the way to the bottom of the advert, and then it will be there as a PDF to download, as well as with the sales brochure as well. So there's the full options list. The only thing I think I haven't mentioned is it has the optional auto dimming mirrors, so that's the center one and also the wing mirrors, and it also has the rain sensor, so it's got auto wipers as well, all from the factory. Cruise control. I think I've mentioned everything else on this list, so I won't go through that again. We've done a full analysis with P-S3, which is the same system that Porsche use. It's their software, and we've found that it only has 21 ignitions at range 1, which is just below the red line, and the last time that was done, it was at 5,000 miles, 0.06 seconds just below the red line. So this car has been very conservatively and sparingly driven by basically the one owner from 9 months old, and the engine hours that the car reads, as well as the mileage, all corroborate to it being exactly where a UK car you would expect it to be, which is around 30 miles an hour average speed its whole life. So this car hasn't been clocked. Obviously we've done all the HPI checks and everything, and that all comes back absolutely perfect. And then we've got all of the invoices, as well as the original stamp service book, both original Porsche keys. There's one of them with a lovely Porsche key ring, the tracker fobs which I showed you, and then it also has the full leather wallet pack with all of the manuals, including the tracker manual, PCM manual, the quick reference guides for that, the driver's manual as well, and yeah, as I said, all the paperwork. Absolutely stunning car, ready for a new owner to enjoy. If that is you, if you're thinking about getting in touch in this car, please don't hesitate at getting in touch, because this is an absolutely stunning example. I struggle to find cars in this condition, which is why I don't stock a huge amount of cars, because I have very strict criteria, and this has met all of them, obviously, because it is in stock. And if you are interested in it, please don't hesitate to get in touch. Thanks for watching.